Hello, heroes and villains. I had to restart the stream. There did seem to be something fishy going on. So just give me a second to finish setting things up on my end. Okay, hopefully this will work now, and hopefully you guys can hear me. There we go. I don't know why before it was just it was trying to load and load and load, and it wouldn't happen. I'm not sure if Incendo wanted to join us. Oh yeah, he did. And we're going to need one more to play the four-player mission. Oh, there's Incendio coming back. So we'll start by playing the four-player mission in the Day of Reckoning DLC. Then afterwards, we'll fill up the group with 8 people, and then we'll go play the 2 raids. And then we'll talk about it. There's a lot of things that could be meant. We could talk about it already, but let's play the mission first so that we know firsthand what we're talking about. No idea what the Kazian Vigilante style looks like. If I was to take a guess, I would say it looks like Voivode's. At some point, she has some sort of mask and probably the hairstyle. Oh, Pips. So let's go for Pips. Oh, we lost Incendio. So there's room for one more, guys. The evil Incendio didn't want to join us. Can you believe it? Thank you, Sweet Romance. Yeah, there was something wrong with the stream. I don't know why it didn't want to work. Hello, Avado. There's some issues right now, especially on Xbox. There are some people who somehow cannot log in on Xbox. Some people can log in, some people cannot log in. Why? I have no idea. Last I checked on the Discord, there was no real answer for that. But there were some people who were saying that they could not log into Xbox, but their friends could for some reason. Now, could it be? I don't know. Could it be some people are playing on the recent version of Xbox and some on the older version of Xbox, and only one of those two versions works right now? That could be. Amado is playing on PS4. That is fine. PS4, PS5, PC, we'll take it all. The only servers we cannot play with is Xbox, Switch, and of course, the European servers. Hello, you boy. So a lot of people have been, let's say, not very happy since yesterday. Once people found out that there was no Blue Lantern power, a lot of people were doing the reverse happy dance. I will wait for you, sweeter man. Unless somebody joins first. Go ahead, your boy. So your boy has a question. The chat is a bit less chatty than yesterday. How do I get the six-dimensional Batman emblem? Sadly, right now you can't. It is something we had for Batman Day, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years ago. And it did come back last year during the Batman Day event. You could get it if you were lucky as a random drop. So I assume it's going to be the same thing this year. When we do get Batman Day, We will be able to get to play a whole bunch of missions. And if you're lucky, you might be able to get it as a random drop. But there are so many, the loot table is full of so many things that the odds of getting the one emblem that you really want are going to be pretty slim, sadly. I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but here we are. So today, for those wondering, we will go play from the on-duty menu. We'll wait a bit more for one of you guys to join us. Worst comes to worst, we'll just carry the thing with 3 people, and that'll be it. So we are going to play the Alert, the Kaznian Necropolis Assault. We are going to play the Raid, the Kaznian Necropolis Onslaught, and the other raid is Neron's Underworld, which sadly is a raid that we had from way back when in the Black Item DLC from 3 years ago. We don't know, Sweeter Man, about the Superman emblem. Uh, all we know is that we did get it for a limited amount of time. We were lucky enough to get it again last year, 2 years ago. Well, yeah, 2 years ago at this point. But there's no guarantee that it will come back in 5 years. There's no guarantee that it will come back ever. Or they could decide to be nice people and give it to us next year for the summer of Superman. Right now at DC, 2025 will be the year of Superman, thanks to the Superman movie, and also it will be they will have a special event that they call the Summer of Superman, where they will have a whole bunch of comics, of Superman related comics during the summer. I'm hoping that there might be something related to this Universe Online that might happen during the summer also, or at the very least that might happen for Superman Day. Sadly, we don't know just yet. Or our friend King to Boy is here, so I think we'll be good to go. King to Boy. So if you guys we're not able to get into the group, don't worry. We will come back and then we'll get people to play the 8-player missions. Your boy is asking, what other Batman emblem do you suggest? There is there's the Rebirth Batman emblem that is always available on Booster Gold, so you can't really go wrong with that. Maybe we should. Next time. I thought maybe we should try the Elite version. I will try the Elite version some other time when we're brave. But the Rebirth Batman emblem is always available. There's the Flashpoint Batman emblem, which is pretty good as well. And there's also some emblem from Batman from Future State. I forget the actual name, a Future Batman emblem or something like that. So there's a few options you could use. But the easiest to get at this point would be the Rebirth Batman emblem from our friend Booster Gold. Who are we waiting for? Man Hunter suggests Flashpoint Batman.
Look! Faust is draining magical energy from those obelisks. He's using it to power his shield. We need to stop that. We can purify the obelisks, but we need to keep the Magians away from them to do so.
Your boy is asking, how do you get the blue metallic material? At this point, you pretty much have to try to get it from the broker. Well, actually, not even the broker, from the trade chat. If you can find someone who has it on the trade chat, where's everyone? So on this map, if you guys didn't see the video yesterday, basically it's capture the flag, and also it's there's an escort mission.
We purify the West Obelisk because we rule.
So you can see we are at the North Hill. There's the West Hill. So it seemed that we did capture. Oh, we did capture what we needed, or did we? We still have a minute 20 seconds to wait. Forgot about that freaking timer. One of the things people don't like is that we're pretty much stuck here waiting. So if you like action pack stories,
You need to take back the
this is
North
not really
Obelisk.
it.
Go!
There's a lot of passive waiting going on, and I saw people were not too happy about that.
We cannot be stopped.
I don't know what's going on with the North Hill. No, let's wait a bit.
North Obelisk purified. Awesome! You need to take back the North Obelisk. Go!
Sorry guys if I'm ignoring the chat. Your boy is asking what is the max CR right now. I'm not sure. I think it's 475, but I couldn't say for sure. We'll try to send pups to help them, and I'll see if I can hold this here by myself.
North Obelisk purified. favor.
We will reclaim our energy from the wizard's shield to weaken it.
Protect us as we make our way to the shield. We shall do the rest.
Keep the obelisk purified. The ghosts can't come out of them otherwise.
Come to the west obelisk. I will be ready.
So we should be able to escort the ghost over there, and hopefully we're still going to be having control of the North Hill and the West Hill. Oh, we're losing control. So let's see if our pups went back. So we're almost there. Stay on target.
The shield is weakened.
So let's go back to the hill.
Come to the west obelisk. I will be ready.
I'm not sure why King T-Boy is 429.
I'm at the shield. Time to go to work.
We're gonna need more ghosts here. Don't stop now.
Petulant child! I'll detonate my throne with your skull.
Come to the west obelisk. I will be ready.
Keep it up. The shield can't take much more.
Send those ghosts back to the grave, minions, or you'll be lost. All life dies.
I need help. Come to the west obelisk. I will be ready.
I didn't realize we could do more than three ghosts on our side. Like I thought it would be three ghosts on our side, three ghosts on their side. But as it turns out, just we can do more than 3 on our side if we want to. And sadly, bad news. Bad news. The 8-player mission is more than the same.
Kill them all! The shield must not fall!
So we're almost there. Just one more.
I'll be ready.
Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at the chat right now, but I'll read it a bit later. Once we're out of the mission, I'll take some time to go back and read some of the chat, and hopefully I'll be able to catch up to you guys. I'm not sure why the ghost was stuck in a box. Oh well.
Feel the dark.
Freaking ghost! If you're not right next to it, it won't move forward. Almost there. Still on target.
Insolent mongrels! No one defies the power of Felix Faust and lives to tell the tale!
Boom! The shield is down! We did it! No time to waste! Everyone meet up at the center! It's time to take this old down!
Better than you have tried to
Unknown Equinox says I've been keeping tabs on the Daybreak server page all day, and it seems they keep shutting down and bringing back servers. It could be. There's probably a lot of people right now playing the game because they came back for the new content. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're a bit overwhelmed right now. Hopefully, they will be able to figure it out. We'll see.
You got wizard. Stay away.
People did complain about lag quite a lot today. I can't say I have. I did not encounter really any lag since yesterday, so I can't really complain about that just yet. But I should probably shut my pie hole because as soon as I say that, I wouldn't be surprised if I start encountering some lag.
magical jail.
I'm far from finished, you.
Let's go for the back piece.
Continued it again.
Pop says the alert is too easy, but it wasn't so easy. Our friends did struggle a bit, so.
This isn't over, Faust. You hear
But
me?
yeah, the boss,
You will
compared to doing the escort and the capture, yeah, the boss was easier. We'll have to admit that. Let's give a bow to everyone, and let's get out of here. I would explore the map a bit to try to see if there's a briefing or somewhere, something somewhere. We'll do that some other time. So, guys, if you want to play now the 8-player missions, come and join us here. Send me a tell so that I can invite you. But of course, if I see you here, I'll probably invite you as well. But it probably would be safer to send me a tell if you really want to be in the group. And while we wait a bit, let me go through at least some of the comments. So let's see. Carl Lee says, I'm back in the game because of the promise of change. Is this new stuff so far? If you're waiting for change to come back, um, not sure what to tell you. Yeah, there was some change, but some people are not happy with the change. Okay, if you just saw the alert is pretty much the same as one of the solo mission we had to play when we had to get started, and it's going to be also the same mission with the raid. I guess the solo mission was to teach people the mechanics. So we have room for one more. Unknown says I'm on US Xbox and haven't been able to play since 7 a.m. when the server shut down. Sorry to hear that. Genhovia, I've tried the US servers. I'll try again. Scroll says the servers are up. The thing Scrolls is that some servers are up, some are not. So that's a bit of a pickle for some people. No, Franklin Richard. Yeah. The last one was Spirit Warden, so let's go with Franklin Richard. So we seem to have our group. Shane is asking how many skill points do you have? I don't know. 460, 645, sorry. Favorite superhero would be the Batman. Shine says the story is so long, but the ending is kind of cool. I would say the opposite. Like I don't mind the fact that it's long, but I don't think the payoff is worth it in the end. I'm going to make a video talking specifically about the story, but in a nutshell, for some devs who are trying to basically make the story more important, make the game more story focused, I think they need a stronger story than that and some better writing. Evil menu. Lots of lag in the menu as usual, sadly. Oh, Steve Sweeter Man has to go. Sorry, you have to go. Jehovah is asking, are you using the Bird of Prey artifact on an electric build? No, I'm not using an electric build. How do I access the trade chat, guys? You're gonna have to go into your options, and in the trade chat, you're gonna have to enable the trade chat option. Scroll says phases are huge, 32. There was like 70 phases at some point. There's quite that's probably why there's a lot of issues right now. A lot of people came to play the game. The real question is how many will stick around. Well, yeah, people have been mentioning some authentication issues. But again, there are people who were able to play on Xbox, but some people were not. Who are we waiting for? Oh, there we go. Favorite DC superhero of all time? I would have to be the Batman.
Right, old Faust is in there, draining spectral energy from Ghost. Bloody parasite.
Genovia, now I'm playing a Quantum, the best power in the game, sort of. You probably were confused because I use this here a lot. So yeah, I could see how it could seem like electric for someone.
Away from them to do so. See those beacons? That's where you need to be. Use this portal. It'll get you to an obelisk. Are you here to enlist in my undead army? We're happy to. Of course. Die and join us.
I should probably switch to DPS for this, but it did work so far as a troll, so let's keep doing that. Oh, I'm with our friend T-Boy. So if you guys saw the previous the alert, same thing. We have to capture this here, and then we're gonna have to escort the evil ghosts to the center of the map, so that they can take down the shield. Your boy is asking what material should I use for the Batman. It depends. If you want to create the 89 Batman, I'd use the stealth material. But if you want to create any other Batman, there's the detective material that could be used. There's a lot of options. So unless I know exactly which Batman you want to create, kind of hard to give a straight answer to that. Evil zombies.
The world succumbs to chaos.
Ah. Oh, guess we're getting a big swarm of evil monsters. I guess I'm gonna have to switch to DPS and hope makes a difference. Sorry guys if I'm not paying attention to the chat. A bit busy right now, fighting some evil undead.
Brush off the brake gear and hit the
Almost there. Poor West Obelisk. I don't know if I could leave our friend T-Boy by himself here and go help the West. Let's try that.
You saved us today. Let us return the favor.
We will reclaim our energy from the wizard's shield to weaken it.
Protect us as we make our way to the shield. We shall do the rest.
Keep the obelisk purified. The ghosts can't come out of them otherwise.
I'm waiting at the North Obelisk.
Oh, I guess our friend T-Boy will do the escort. Let's give him a help at first. Or not. Probably should have stayed DPS next time.
The enemy seeks to end me. I need help. Feel that? Feel it? Your shields get weaker, mate.
Almost there. Stay on target. Suddenly, I fear that this mission will get old really fast.
Made it. Now let's take this shield out. Keep them ghosts coming. His shield's taking a beating. Insolent wretch! I'll drag your dead body to hell personally, Constantine.
I'm waiting at the North Obelisk. You will never defeat me.
I'll let our friend keep an eye on the north. King of the North. Sorry, I had to say that.
Send those ghosts back to the grave, or you'll be joined.
You did your part, now I'll do mine to take this shield down.
You're almost there, mate. That shield's about to pop like a soap bubble. Shot them. Kill them all! The shield must not fall!
Oh, our friend seems to be doing okay, so we'll grab the last. Well, I hope it's the last ghost. If not, we'll have to grab some more. Sadly, it's a bit sad that they decided to give us some escort missions. It's pretty much something that is pretty unpopular in most games. And here, it had been a while since we had some escort missions. I think the devs understood at some point that the player base didn't like them escort missions very much. And if they had given us, let's say, one mission with some escort, that would be fine, I guess. But nope, we got the solo, then the alert, then this raid. Oh,
Monster! No one defies the power of Felix Faust and lives to tell the tale! Everyone, meet up at the center. We're gonna end Faust for good!
C1S88. How much XP do you need for a level 200 artifact? A lot.
Mongrels tried and failed. I remember the power of flattery. Look out, those little buggers are dangerous.
The map looks pretty cool. We have to give them that. Oh, I guess I'm the infected one today. I can still give power from far.
He's cutting off the field. Move quickly. You don't want to catch them. Those little guys are chemicals. We are behind. Careful. He's cutting off the field.
Yeah, they're looking for chat window has been, well, let's say, entertaining today a little bit.
Upsy daisy, Felix. You and me still have business to settle, mate. Any last requests? Burn in hell, Constantine. Bloody hell! He managed to bugger off.
Let's see if I can. I'm saving the magic room for someone else. So, magic rune, I should say. Let's get rid of that. Did I take the wrong portal? Let's see if I can get rid of a few things first.
I guess the cat's out of the bag.
And you may have noticed they changed the Catwoman character here. It used to be the bombshell Catwoman, but I guess somebody thought it was. Oh, wrong tab. I guess somebody thought it was too sexy, I guess. That's not enough, but that'll do for now. Oh, did we lose someone? So there seems to be one extra spot in the group. So if someone wants to join the group, the time is now. There is someone. I probably won't be able to go back that far. Oh, you imagine? There we go. So last but not least, we will play the Sins of Black Adam mission. Now I guess they gave us a raid that was an entire reused, so that they could give us two raids. Otherwise, that probably would have meant only one raid. Although if they wanted to give us an old raid, I wish they had given us a raid for from 10 years ago, as opposed to one raid that we had 2 years ago. Fucky says, I miss the bombshell Catwoman. It really gets my gear. Yeah, if I'm worried that they may have replaced the NPC because they probably thought she looked too sexy or problematic somehow. So that sadly, if they start doing stuff like that, that will ring some alarm bells. Hello, Six God. Oh yeah, how many for a level 200 artifact? I should be able to tell you. You need 167,000 at least, almost 168,000. Was it million? Let's check again. 1,678,000.
We will reclaim conduct from the Lord of the Underworld and reunite Isis with herself.
I can feel my other half in Neuron's throne room. He's certain to expect us.
The detective material at this point, you have to get it from the. You're gonna have to look on the trade chat or on the broker and hope to get lucky.
Black Adam, you have returned. Before you were a guest, but perhaps on this visit I can extend to you permanent residence.
Quinix says tried getting Grundy bounty last night. He kept flipping underneath the map. Yeah, that's an issue with that map. Sometimes the objective could clip, but sometimes also the NPCs could clip through the map.
I do not renegotiate my deals, you selfish mortals. Feel
Evil
the
Neuron.
strength of my hatred.
Conduct belongs to us.
Rage burns eternal.
You will find us.
Six God, do you think we will get the Blue Lantern power? The answer is absolutely not. We already knew from way back when that we're not going to get new powers. Sadly, new powers are expensive to produce. And from what we understand, they don't sell. There's not enough people paying for those new powers to make it worth producing. So short of a small miracle, and it's not going to be less expensive now. I would say it would probably be even more expensive right now, all things considered. So the odds of getting any power, not just the Blue Lantern power, are very slim, and getting specifically the Blue Lantern power, even slimmer. Dang, our friend T-Boy is burning through power. He's using electric, so there's no surprise there. Do not attack! Poor T-Boy. Oh no, I'm stuck. Somebody save me. I guess not. Luckily, I was able to save myself. Having strong shields, it's one of the few good things about the controllers. Sorry guys if I'm ignoring the chat a little bit. Just trying not to die. Do not attack! Do not attack! That was nasty. Come on, almost there. The PlayStation is the server with the most population. Anyway you slice it, there's a lot more players on PlayStation than I would guess all the other platforms combined. There are probably still even more players on PlayStation. It's always been like that. That's why at some point they did merge the PlayStation and the PC servers, because at some point the PC servers didn't have a very big population, and especially on the villain side. On the villain side, sometimes there would be like 3 of us in the whole server. So they pretty much had to merge PlayStation and PC. They pretty much had no other choice at that point. And when they did that, it was a pretty big help for PC players, but it did change. It did change the dynamic of the servers. Way back when, it was playing on PlayStation and playing on PC was a very different experience because of because it was a very different player base. When they merged the two, there was some getting used to. There's some PC players who still didn't want to play with PlayStation players, and also the economy. The economy was out of whack. But it did balance out after a while.
My demons will have fun playing with you.
Oh, sorry, I have to. Sometimes YouTube needs some attention. It happens. Evil YouTube. Zen Alexander is asking, how long do you think the game have left? Because thank you for the vids over the years. I would say the game has at least 52 minutes left. Maybe a bit more, but at least 52 minutes. And the truth is, we don't really know. It could shut down tomorrow for all we know. When we got House of Legends, we knew at the time that they had roughly a 10-year plan. So based on that, it would be easy to say that they have, at the very least, 5 years left. After that, it's anyone's guess. So if I was a betting man, I would bet that DC Universe Online will be around at least for the next 5 years. But I could be wrong. Something could happen next week, and they decide to shut down DCUO. You never know. Like the basically the guy who's at the head of the Warner Games pretty much left. And the real question you have to ask yourself is why? Why did he leave? Azar he left because of the disaster that was Suicide Squad versus the Justice League. But the truth is we don't really know. Evil Door.
ISIS!
I knew you would return.
Yes, return to take Kahndaq back.
Vengeance. If you play on Xbox, there seems to be some login issue with Xbox.
Saw how I did
So Azar, that's why you cannot log in. If you play on some other platform, I don't know.
meddlesome
But sadly, that was to be expected. There's a lot of people that probably came back for the new DLC. So there's probably going to be issues. Oh, that was strange.
unwelcome guests find my realm quite uncommon.
Not sure why I'm stuck here.
Playing with fire. Guests can find realm quite uncommon. I will make this. I just love playing with fire.
Sorry guys, I don't mean to ignore the chat. Just having a hard time right now.
Oh, you're fine.
Unwelcome guests can find my realm quite uncommon. I will make this. I just love playing with fire. Unwelcome guests can find
Nope,
my realm quite uncomfortable.
that was close. Come on, Evil Neuron. Fall. Almost there. Stay on target.
Just love playing with fire.
Nah.
Find my realm quite uncomfortable. Let's crunch some numbers.
Almost there. Oh yeah.
My domain, my souls, they belong to me.
I know Equinox, the Daybreak server status is always messed up. Don't even bother following that. Sometimes they'll show that the server is full and it's empty. Sometimes they'll show it's empty and it's full of people. I would trust the server status reference for one bit.
Along with my honored guests. Thank you all.
I count as an honored guest too, right? Like Adam? Isis? Huh, weird. They turned off their comms. Well, yeah, I totally count. Bet they're putting together a feast in my honor right about now.
Oh, we're done.
I mean, everyone's honored. Teamwork!
So there we go, guys. So that's the bounties. Let's go to the open world to play the bounties. Oh, wrong. Let's go to Casnia City. And there is the Solomon Grunty bounty, but I forget. I'm not sure which NPC I have to talk to. I think it's one of the two over here. Let's see.
The spirits here deserve to rest in peace. The lackeys of Felix Faust have
That's
a
not
right
it.
to go and
All
stop
I
those
want
jerks.
to do is rest in peace.
Oh, there we go.
But now there's this Solomon Grundy stomping around in here. Send that big monster back to where he came from.
Yeah, I have too much stuff. I'm not sure I have so many fruitcakes. Let's get rid of some of those. That should do it for now. I didn't fight Grundy just yet, but I heard that he was a tough customer to defeat. So I've seen some people complain that they cannot get a group to be able to defeat him.
That Grundy man says smash you!
Oh yeah. I guess we have to go back and see the mayor again. Yep.
You did it. The big gun is gone. Thank you so much.
Wicked is asking, what do you think about the new DLC? I have mixed feelings about it so far. I'm gonna have to make a video. I'm gonna have to a lot to say, I guess, and I'm gonna have to make a video. I'm gonna have to make a video about it. Doesn't matter. So let's get out of here. I guess there's also the where is it? I guess there's also that mission here we could try to play. Oh, actually, I guess we will.
I don't care who started this fight between demons and magians, but I know who I want to finish it. You, can you help a spirit out here?
So you have to turn into one of those. Okay, I got the right one. Oh, let's try that again. So there's two transforming thingy. Some of the objectives you'll get as a fire demon, or and some of the other objectives you'll get as the other form. I forget what that's supposed to be. And you need 150 of each. I guess if you're lucky, you might be able to do it all in one go. Like if you've been there from the start. But I can't guarantee it. Oh, you saw? Oh, there we go. So I remember some people mentioning there was lag issues on this map, and now we can see it. We saw the zombie go flying in the air. We saw the other one fall through the floor. Oh yeah. So you saw the Reaper teleporting. That's not good. And we can't seem to be able to do anything. So you can see the demons flying in the air, or I should say floating. Some are doing the moonwalk. Yeah, that's. I'm sorry. That's pretty much unplayable. Oh yeah, holy lag, pips. I didn't realize when people were talking about the lag that they meant specifically this part of the map. Because elsewhere, yesterday when I did play, I didn't really notice any big lag elsewhere. But here, it's easy to understand why. There's like a trillion NPCs in a very small area, plus the players who are trying to play the mission. So yeah, a lot, too many people and too many NPCs in a small area, and this is what happens. Oh, I guess we're done here. Superman says he's just trying to clear the feet, but the lag is insane. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Let's get out of here. And we'll talk about also the event tab. Come on, we can do it. I'm gonna backtrack a bit or a lot in the comments. There's a lot of comments from way back when that I did not address, so I'll try to go back as far as I can. Oh, let's go over here. Okay, so I recall Bad Vengeance asking about the Kazian Vigilante style. So I would guess it's going to be modeled after Voivode, but the truth is, I don't know. So if we go back to the events tab, so here we can see both events. We can see the anniversary event. So here I'm pretty much done with the anniversary event until next year. But now we have this new event, the Day of Reckoning event. And so every month we can expect that there's going to be some sort of new event. And as we can see now, some event will even overlap. So here in this case, we are going to get, come on, evil menu. So here, this is what he's asking about, the Kazian Vigilant Cache. So we get the Kazian Vigilante mask style, the Kazian Vigilante hat style. Oh, I thought it was hairstyle. And the Kazian Vigilante emblem. For the emblem, I have no idea what to expect. For the mask, I thought this would be Voivode, so I was expecting basically style the mask she wears at some point. And I thought it would be her hairstyle, but I guess it's going to be then the sort of hoodie that she's wearing. We'll know more in 20 days, I guess. And so also we're getting 65 coordinate crowns. Oh, Kazian crowns? Yeah, Kazian crown. Too many crowns, man. And 65 source marks. So again, we have to complete one of those events in order to be able to get to be ranked. And here with 2 out of 20. So we talked about the vigilante style. So people are talking about how they had problem logging in. The 6-dimension Batman stuff we talked about. We talked about the Superman emblem. Your boy was asking how to get the blue metallic material. At this point, either from the broker or from the trade chat. Sadly, there's no miracle. How to gain access to the trade chat? If you go into your options, if you go to setting, if you go to the chat tab, so here you can edit the verse chat. There we go. So let's say you go to the default tab, you click edit, and then you can select what you want to have in this tab. So here you can see the say, the shout, the tell, the broadcast, the groups. You could have damage in, damage out. I have that on the combat tab, the league chat. I don't have the trade chat enabled. I don't have verse chat. So there's looking for group, message of the day, combat in out, healing, power, supercharge, damage. So you could go here in the trade chat and then try to find someone who has the metallic material and is willing to sell it and trade it to you. And hopefully, it's not going to be a scammer. Sadly, scamming is a national sport in DCUO. There's a lot of people who seems to be trying to scam other players, and there's nothing we can really do about that except be vigilant. Normally, I would suggest to people do not trade with people you do not know. And you're going to tell me, how can I do that? Well, start small. Start doing small trades with people, and then after a while, you will know whose people are trustworthy and whose people are not. And trade with the people who did not try to scam you. If somebody scammed you, don't trade with him anymore. You could even try to report him, but I'm not sure if they do something for if somebody scams someone during a trade. But sadly, sometimes you are going to have to take a chance. Sorry about that. Sometimes you are going to have to take a chance. If you're looking, like in this case, if you're looking for the blue metallic material, there's only one guy who claims to have it. Well, you're gonna have to make a choice. Either you take a chance and try to trade with him, or you decide, screw that, I don't need the material. For the max CR, it's 475, I think, but I couldn't tell you for sure. So we talked about this a bit. Shane says the story's so long, but the ending is kind of cool. I don't agree with that. I don't mind the long story. The problem I have is that it's a long story with no payoff. Like the payoff is a spoiler alert in case you were not there earlier, and in case you maybe do not know. So the payoff is Voivode being killed by the evil mysterious killer, which has zero impact because we never saw Voivode before. We didn't know Voivode before yesterday. Yeah, we saw her journal and some of the blogs. That didn't really tell us anything. So Voivode was a an entirely new character that we didn't know anything about. So why should we even care if she dies the first time we meet her? And the same for the mystery killer. The mystery killer, they built this whole mystery around the evil, mysterious serial killer that is killing people. But it turns out it's someone we had never seen before. So again, the whole point of a mystery is trying to guess the mystery. But in this case, there was no way to do that because we didn't know the character before. Like if there was a mystery where we found some playing cards and figure out the mysterious killer is the Joker, or we found some question marks and the mystery killer turns out to be the Riddler, or uh, we found some Mr. Clean bottles and turns out the serial killer is Lex Luthor. Um, but here there was nothing, and even then, like one of the clue we had, people thought it was a Batman type character because of the spikes on the gloves, and it was anything but that. So sadly, from my point of view, the and especially what makes it especially bad is that they are trying to make DC Universe Online more story driven, but so far the story they've given us is I don't want to be mean, but I remember when we first saw the first blog, one comment that kept on coming back was that it was laughable, and sadly that pretty much described the story so far. Now, if you do enjoy the story, enjoy it. That's fine. But it's not much of a story. I don't think it's much of a story so far. And I know some people will say, well, it's the first part of four parts, so the other parts will fill in the rest of the story. No, a story has to stand on its own. If even if it's four parts, like there was this story way back when, 10 Nights of the Beast. No, not finished with spoilers. There was this story way back when in four parts, 10 Nights of the Beast. And even though the story was in four parts or an arc that was going through four issues, each issue was a complete story. So each issue is as a beginning, a middle, an end, and at the end there was some sort of tweet of tease or of to be continued, and it would go to the next comic. But then the second comic again, it would have a beginning, a middle, and end. The story itself could stand on its own, but it was part of a bigger story. And sadly, that's what we need here, and we're not getting that. Or if we are, it's not showing. I did answer the skill point already, so let's see. Yeah, the solo, the raid, and the alert are the same. I thought people would have, well, let's say, a hard time with that. And we saw that a bit on the forums and on the Discord. People are not happy about that. And people are certainly not happy about one of the two raids being completely a reused, not just reused assets, but they reused the entire raid. So that's there's no way to defend that. That's pretty much there's no way. Scroll says the alert is fun, so I'm glad you did enjoy that. What server is multi on? I'm playing on the US PlayStation, technically PlayStation 5, but yeah, US PlayStation is where I'm playing. So again, Unknown mentioned he wasn't able to log in on Xbox. Carly, we already answered his question. Was it her question? No, it's a guy. Okay, his question. Sorry, with some names, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell if it's a guy or a lady. So we talked about the Daybreak server page, error code, superhero, Jehovah who thought I was electric. How dare you? I'm quantum, baby, all the way. Um, so Scroll says I'm on PC, so a different experience for everyone, which is not fair at all. Devs need to be efficient. What good materials should you get for Batman? I did talk about those a bit. The detective material I mentioned is let's go our evil menu. It's what's it called again? Detective something or something detective. I haven't used it a lot and it's been a while, so yeah, I have too many materials at this point. It's getting to the point where it's pretty much unmanageable. Okay, there we go. So it's the detective vinyl neon chroma. Oh, now the menu is freezing on me. So the reason why I mentioned this one is because let's create a sort of Batman-esque Batman. There we go. Let's take. There we go. So you can try to get a blue that is sort of. It's not exactly the blue that Batman would have in the comics. And there is also one of this channel that can be colored. But it's basically a blue channel, a gray channel. Let me show you for wait. Let's use the Astro Slimline for the gray channel. Like it can sort of give you the gray and the blue that Batman had at some point. It's not exactly it, although, and the worst part is I think with the new Genesis pants. Let's go see. The worst part is that with the new Genesis pants, if you try to get the shorts blue, you end up with the legs like that. And if you want the legs gray, this is what happens with the blue. So sadly, it doesn't work to recreate our friend Batman. Unless you have to use a bit of a cheat and you have to use the net legs. It kind of sort of works. You don't really see the textures of the net. So you have to cheat a bit for that one. But it does give you a Batman material. Like if you go for the boots, for the gloves, you have to go for a gloves that's only one. Well, I guess you could try with a glove that's two colors. But ideally, you'll want to go with like the Fin gloves or Fin slimline. I forget which one. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, ideally, you want to go with the Fin gloves. And then for the waist, let's go for the DC Bombshell Harley Quinn. And here, oh, it's not gonna work. Nah, sadly, you cannot use it for the belt. The belt has the three colors, so no material for the belt. So let's go for like that. And someone was asking earlier about the emblem. So for the emblem, there's a few options, as I mentioned. So there's the Batman Rebirth emblem. Oh, let's remove the shoulders. And let's remove the material, the accessory and the aura. So there you go. So you have a material for your Batman character if you want to. But you will have to look on a broker and hope to get lucky in order to be able to get it. Unknown says he tried to get Grundy last night. He kept on clipping underneath the map. Yeah, we saw that with some of the evil demons. Oh yeah, for how do you get the detective material? Let's go take a look at the broker. If all goes well, maybe we'll see it there. But it's been a while. It came from I think it was from a booster bundle way back when. So it might be a bit difficult or a bit expensive or both. So let's see, detective. So we don't have it here. So sadly at this point you will have to take a look at the trade chat or you will have to hope that someday it comes back. Assuming that you want the material. Now you saw what the material looks like, so you could decide that you don't like it and you don't want to use it. That's fine. So again, for the 200 artifact, it's a million, almost a million 700, 600 and something, but close to a million 700. So it takes a lot of experience to rank up your artifact to rank to 100. You can rank it up to 160 easily enough. So if let's say you start from scratch, what I would strongly suggest is increase your artifact slowly. Like increase one artifact maybe to rank 80, then the next artifact to rank 80, then the third artifact to rank 80, and then slowly rank them up to rank 20, and then rank them up to rank 160 and then focus on one artifact to be able to get it to 200, then focus on the next one. But even if it takes you a long time to be able to rank it up to rank 200, at least you will have three artifacts at rank 160 that you will be able to use. But at the end of the day, there's no miracle. You have to gather your nth metal. You have to purchase your catalyst, and you have to rank up your artifacts. There's no miracle. So yeah, we talked about the bombshell Catwoman being replaced. How many caps did it take to get all the stars from the event? I have no idea, Strunsu. I did not. I don't have all the stars from the event, and I opened 40 time capsule. I had some loyalty points that I saved up, so I figured I could get two stacks of time capsule, and that's what I did. Roger had asked, "Can you guys explain this game?" It's a tall order. I have a video, Roger. I have a video called DC Universe Online 2024, something like that, where there's a pretty a pretty long explanation of DC Universe Online, how it works, how you can create characters. So I would suggest searching my videos for like DCO 2024, and you should be able to get a lot of information. Although I have a lot of information about DC Universe Online, so if you search my videos, I used to have this tagline in pretty much every video way back when. Maybe I should start doing that again. If you have a question about DC Universe Online, odds are I already made a video about it. So search in my videos, and you should be able to find something that will answer your question. So we did talk about the Blue Lantern power. So in case you came in late, there's not going to be a Blue Lantern power. So we talked about the game having roughly 5 years maybe left, according to the plan they had around the House of Legends. What else? Unknown Equinox was saying population isn't the issue. Uh, when you look at the Daybreak servers, very often they'll say that the population is low and there's a lot of people in the population, or worse, sometimes they say the population is high and the server the world has crashed and there's no one on the server. So there are times where the game doesn't quite give the right information for some reason. So I wouldn't trust that too much. And yes, the population is an issue. Even if there's no one on the server, there's like probably 50,000 people trying to log in right now every second. So that probably put a lot of stress also on the servers. So even if the people are not technically in the game, they are trying to get in, and they are putting a lot of stress on the server, which the server sadly is ill-equipped to deal with. Sadly, an issue that has been there with DCUO pretty much forever is that when there's too many people on the servers, too many people that want to play DC Universe Online, the game has a hard time. And way back when we would, let's say, it was a bit frustrating, so we would say something along the line that instead of fixing the issue, maybe adding more servers, they just wait for people to leave the game, and the issue fixes itself, which is not really a solution, sadly, or a good solution, I should say. Oh yeah, Batman could use the Void material, the blue vinyl material. Absolutely, these are good options as well. Oh, the chat jumped on me, evil chat. But yeah, population is always an issue. I don't know why they cannot add more servers. I assume it's a cost thing. It's probably expensive to add more servers. So they'd rather try to tweak here and there to try to get as many people in without adding any more servers. But at the end of the day, they should probably add more servers. Although it could be that the real issue is not really the servers. Maybe it's the way the game is built. I guess that's not impossible, I guess. Yeah, we did fine with Grundy, so I don't know. I saw some people complain that Grundy was too difficult. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to look into it, I guess. IDC Fanverse, this mission is by far my favorite. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Open world really isn't that bad as people say. I guess it depends on what mission you're playing. When I played the solo missions, yeah, I had no issues with the game. But as we just saw, when there's a whole bunch of us trying to do the evil demons, the game went crazy. DC Fanverse, switch to zombie now. So basically, you have one fire demon and one zombie, and so you have to do it a bit with the fire demon. You need 150 with that demon, and then you have to switch to zombie. You need 150 with the zombie. Worst comes to worst, you could do it in two shots, but with a bit of luck, I guess we could do it in one shot. So Taeyong is asking again, why is the game down on Xbox? They have servers issue. Their server issues. Now, as to be expected, and I know some people will probably blame the fact that it wasn't on the public test server. Sadly, the public test server is on PC, and solving the issues, the bugs on PC, that does nothing for PlayStation, and that does nothing for Xbox. So whatever issue they have with Xbox right now, there's no way to be able to see that on the test server because the test server is on PC. And sadly, the way the game works, they cannot have a test server on Xbox. They cannot have a test server on PlayStation. They can only have a test server on PC. It's sad, but that's how it's been like that pretty much forever, and it's how it's going to be for pretty much forever as well. Superman says, yeah, to be honest, I'm 50-50 on this new story arc. I like it because I can utilize a Clark Kent more like I posted on my channel recently, and switch to Superman for other iteration around the map. Oh, yeah, sure, sure. Tai Young, I missed it. I just joined. Well, welcome aboard. But then I backtracked a bit, so maybe you're still not with us. Let me check something first. Evil YouTube. There's still quite a few of you guys here. Um, Ruda Baker, how do you like quantum damage compared to light? I like quantum a lot better than light. Not just for damage, for crowd control, for a whole bunch of stuff. Although with light, of course, with light you can play as a Green Lantern. That alone makes it worth it to play light. I love also the construct. I wish we could have more Green Lantern constructs, but those we have are pretty darn good anyways. So yeah, being able to play as a Green Lantern and being able to create a green light constructs, I love that. But damage wise, or even the crowd control wise, Quantum is much better, I would say. So he does mention Batman use Void and Blue Vinyl, absolutely. Multi, when is the Valentine Day seasonal starting? We know that the public test server, will be down until January 31st. So if I was a betting man, I would say that December 1st, February 1st, we will probably get the Valentine seasonal on the test server, but I could be wrong. And if we do get the Valentine seasonal on the test server January 1st, that means roughly mid January, around January 14, 15, we might have the Valentine seasonal on the live server. This is a rough estimate, so we're gonna have to wait and see what actually happens. Where can I get the interactive harp YouTube play in the air? That's a good question. It's been I have it in my penthouse. I played it in a video or two, but honestly, I can't recall at all where I actually got it. Let's see if our friend Google can give us an answer. Come on, evil Google. Sorry about that. It seems to be a random drop from Nexus of Reality. It seems to be a drop that you can get from Future Lex Luthor in Nexus of Reality. You can get it from Paradox Wave, but it doesn't mention whom. You could get it from a mob in Brothers in Arms and Little Vinny in The Hunt. So it is a random drop you can get at various places. And of course, you could try to look on the broker. If you look on the broker, it's quite possible that someone is selling the harp. Alejandro, how can I join your game? Sorry, Alejandro, we're pretty much done for tonight. I'm just going through the chat, trying to finalize the chat, and that will probably be it after all. I'm gonna have to make an announcement or two before we go, but yeah, we've been here for a while. So yeah, I'll just finish going through the questions in the chat, and that will probably be it for today. Equinox, Daybreak doesn't have a money issue. DCUO pays most of their bills. Yeah, but that's the thing, Equinox. Yeah, DCUO makes a lot of money. Sadly, a lot of that money probably goes to finance EverQuest 3. Although part of it also has to pay for the license for DC, and we don't know how much they're paying for the license. So is it expensive? Is it not expensive? Do they make enough money that once they pay their license, they have a lot of money left in their pocket? But also, we've known for some time that odds are they take most of the money they make with DC Universe Online and they put it on another project. The, there were rumors at various points, like at some point they were planning to spend 30 million on some new game, and then some people were suggesting that that new game was EverQuest 3. We've heard rumors about that. Basically, apparently they are working on EverQuest 3. Is it going to come out soon? We don't know. But from what people are saying, whatever money we spend on DC Universe Online pretty much ends up financing EverQuest 3. And you might be wondering why would they do that? It's very simple. They own the EverQuest IP. Like for EverQuest, it is their own IP. They own it 100%. They don't have to pay anyone a royalty fee or a license fee or anything like that. As opposed to with DC Universe Online, they have to pay DC Warner a licensing fee. So, and depending on how expensive the licensing fee, it may make more sense for them to work on their own IP than to work on an IP that is not really theirs. It's sad, but that's how it is. It's like imagine you're renting a house or you own a house. Would you spend your own money to make renovation on a house you rent? Probably not. You would take that money and do renovation on the house you own. That's pretty much what they seem to be doing in the case of DC Universe Online and whatever other game, which is probably EverQuest 3. And Nisimia, sorry about the multiple messages. He really wants to have the harp. Well, it's okay. It's okay. DC Van says hi and bye. Oh, well, hi and bye. Oh, I guess we're down. And Sub-Zero, greeting from the Green Lantern Corps. Well, greeting. I could have sworn I saw a Green Lantern here. There he is. Let's go admire him because why not? We're here. So there we go, guys. So this was the last of the missions. Oh, you changed to Kyler Inner. I'm so sad now. So this was the last of the missions for Day of Reckoning. So we pretty much covered all the content that this DLC has so far. The one issue that some people have is that over time, well, first there's the intro mission. The intro mission is pretty long, and people don't really want to play it on multiple characters. I've seen people who complain because they have like 3 characters, so they will have to play the intro mission 3 times. Imagine if you have 36 characters. But yeah, people are not happy having to replay the introduction mission. But also, there's a few things. I will make a video about the crafting. The crafting will be the crafting will require a lot of resources and a lot of farming. You're gonna have to farm a lot for crafting components. So I don't know if people will like that. It's gonna be a bumpy ride for that. But overall, yeah, people were not happy that we got the same mission basically 3 times. People were not happy about the reused raid. So it's kind of hard to tell at this point if people will stick around or if they'll decide to take a break. The problem is with taking a break, though, is that let's say they don't like the DLC, that's fine. But the next DLC will be made by the same people. So odds are, if they don't like this DLC here, they probably won't like the next DLC and the next DLC. Also, even worse, like it's the same storyline. Like we're just in chapter 1 of a 4-part storyline. So if people don't like the DLC now, odds are they're not gonna like DLC 2 and DLC 3 and DLC 4. So I suspect that if people don't like this DLC and decide to take a break, they'll take a long break because we're pretty much stuck with the storyline for the next year. It's one of the worry had about the multi-part storyline is that if people don't like the storyline and decide to skip the storyline, well, they'll stop playing this universe online for a year. And after a year without playing this universe online, what are the odds that they will come back? Anyways, so we'll see. Fo is asking, do you like anything specifically from the new time capsule? Absolutely. I love the Reaper headpiece. Love it, love it, love it. And I, better yet, I even have it. Let's tweak something. As I mentioned, I have way too many materials at this point. We'll get there someday. Hopefully, they will come up with a quality of life for people who have like tons and tons of material like I have right now. Hopefully, they will come up with something to make our lives a little bit easier. We'll see. But the one thing I really, really love from the time capsule is this little guy over here. Yeah, it's not exactly it, but well, it'll be close enough. Funny thing, I have a video in the pipeline about this, so let's remove the emblem. Oh, wrong. Come on, come on. There we go. So the Reaper headpiece, I love it. And some people pointed out you could use it also to recreate our friend Dr. Destiny. You could use it to recreate the Taskmaster. So I really love this headpiece. But of course, officially it is the headpiece of the Evil Reaper from Batman Year 2. Uh, the sad thing about Batman Year 2, like the first part was drawn by Alan Davis, but then at some point there were some issues, and Todd McFarlane and I forget who the writer is took over. So you have the first issue by Alan Davis and the last three issues by Todd McFarlane. And it's a bit weird because at first Todd McFarlane was, I don't know if it's Todd McFarlane who was sort of trying to draw like Alan Davis, or maybe the inker was trying to keep the look consistent with what Alan Davis had done before. But as the series progresses, by issue 4, it was pure McFarlane. And then later on, Alan Davis made a sequel, Batman Full Circle, where you see the evil Reaper once more. So if you've ever wanted to read some good Batman comics, Batman Year 2 and Batman Full Circle, these are a good bet. I think also there's a deluxe edition that has Batman Year 2 and the Batman Full Circle in the same book. So I would strongly suggest if you can find that book, buy it. Equinox says that all makes sense, but I would at least make sure that the things that makes most of my money works efficiently. And it doesn't work like that. Usually, what they'll try to do is that they'll try to invest just enough to keep the thing going, while they pour in all their money into their own home. We don't know. I'm speculating here. We don't know if that's what's happening with DC Universe Online. But the way things have been going for the past 2, 3 years, I'm for a while I was a bit let's say I was a bit hesitant, or I was a bit on the fence. But right now, especially seeing this DLC here, it's kind of hard not to believe that they're just investing just enough to keep the machine going, and pretty much all of the money is going elsewhere. So What are your thoughts on the new DLC? I have mixed feelings about it. I love the look of the village. The Kazan village looks awesome. Uh, but the gameplay, not the best. Like the whole escort missions thingy. Already escort missions are a pain in the butt, but here they gave us escort missions in the solo, in the alert, and in the raid. So holy crap, that's a lot of escort. And for the storyline, again, they're I'm going to say bragging, but it's the wrong word. They're using the story as a selling point. Like they're very happy to say that they're going to try to have DC Universe Online be more story focused. But the story they have is not very strong. If they're going to be story focused, they need to bring in their A game story wise because this is not it. But I'll have a video where I'll talk about my thoughts about the DLC, and I'll even have a video where I'll talk specifically about the story because the story itself there's a whole video to make about that. So keep an eye open. I'll try to make those videos maybe this weekend. If not, I'll try to do them early next week. We'll see. Scrolls, yeah, probably something like that. We don't know exactly if it's really a request 3, but we do know that they're not reinvesting all the resources. Like you would think, you would foolishly think that if people pay money to play DC Universe Online, you reinvest that money in DC Universe Online so that people keep on paying you that money, and more people keep on paying you that money. Sadly, it's not what happens most of the time. Usually, they'll try to spend as little as they can to keep people playing, and they'll spend that money elsewhere. And our best guess at this point is they're probably spending that money on EverQuest 3. But we don't have. I guess we would need a WikiLeaks or something about gaming that would show us where DC Universe Online is really spending their money. That'll probably never happen. Oh, evil chat again. Pub says you should make a video of things they should add to the game. Hopefully, they will see it and get inspired. And I did that before. It was pointless. And it's not a matter of being inspired. They know what we want. If you go to the forums, there are entire threads where people should tell them the costumes they want, the base items they want, the pet they want, the emotes they want. Like they have pages and pages and pages. They know what we want. We've told them for years and years and years. Like the Blue Lantern power, we've told them for ever since we got the light power, like 12, 13 years ago. People have been asking and asking for the Blue Lantern power, and it never happened. So it's not like they don't know. And if they don't know after this week, they'll never know because everyone wanted to have the Blue Lantern power. Everyone was expecting the Blue Lantern power. And everyone are disappointed that we don't have the Blue Lantern power. So it's not like they don't know. They know what we want. Sadly, they choose to do something else. Sometimes it feels like they're actively doing the opposite of what we want. But I'm gonna wear my tinfoil hat for that one because we don't really know. It kind of feels like that, but the truth is we don't really know. But again, making videos to try to give them inspiration, we gave them inspiration already. We told them repeatedly what we wanted, and they're still not doing it. Again, sometimes you would think that they are. Sometimes not only are they not giving us what we're asking for, sometimes they seem to be actively giving us the opposite of what we're asking for. Oh, back to the pub? Absolutely. That's one of the complaints that people have. Like when you play the introduction mission, so you have to do a bit of a mission, then you go back to the pub, talk to Constantine, go out, play a bit of the mission, go back to the pub, talk to Voivode, go out, play a bit of the mission, go back, talk to Constantine. That is something people are getting tired of pretty quickly. The new mission seems like a version of Gorilla Grodd missions from Metropolis Start. Well, I'm not sure I would say that, but it's completely trash. Back to the pub. Meet me at the pub. Back to the pub. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Stop sending money on this game. Population is gone. It's over. Um, I would say stop spending money. At the end of the day, if you enjoy the game, if you want to support the game and keep the game around, you do. It's your money. You do what you want with it. The thing is, even though they don't spend all the money on Listeners Online, they still spend some money on Listeners Online to keep it going. So if you love playing the game, and if you want to keep the game going, and if you want to be able to play the game for the next 5 years, then yeah, they will need some sort of support. Now, at the end of the day, you make your choice. Either you choose to support the game, knowing that that money does not really get reinvested in the service online, or you choose to take your money and go support something else. Sadly, as the architect would say in the Matrix, the problem is choice. Raiden is saying, Multiverse, did you see the new Arkham Shadows epilogue ending? Absolutely not. I don't know anything about Arkham Shadows. I know it exists. The animation looks funky to me. I don't know why a lot of people seem to go crazy over it. To me, the animation looks weird. So I'm not sure I would be able to play that game. How can you get immersed in the game when the character movement are weird? But that's me. But also, you have to invest into a VR system just for that one game. Nah, I'm not there yet. Already, there was a point in time where I bought like a PS4 just for DC Universe Online, and sadly, I ended up playing other games. But that's another debate. So Alejandro, yeah, a Blue Lantern Power would be awesome, but it's not going to happen. Superman, I just like the open world detective aspect and how the map looks like, but the lag and glitches, yeah, that's pretty bad. DC Fanverse, at this point, there will never be a new power. They do not have enough money in the budget to give it to us, plus to make a new power. The constant work is too much. The constant work, and also they have to keep on producing content. Like already, just to begin with, they are struggling just to produce content for us to play on a regular basis. For the past, pretty much since the House of Legends, we've had two DLCs per year. I've been harping on that for pretty much ever since. Two DLCs per year is not enough. At the very least, we need three DLCs per year to get enough content to keep people interested. At some point, we had the Save the Universe, which is not good enough really to replace a DLC, but at least it gave us something while we waited for the next DLC. Even survival mode, I'm not a big fan of survival mode, but even survival mode gave us a little something until we would get the next DLC. But we need to go back to at least three DLCs per year. And seeing how they were able to make this DLC, like basically we there's been roughly 4 months since the Harley Quinn DLC, and in 4 months, in releasing a DLC 4 months later, we got what we got. Like we got the same, basically the same mission three times: a solo, an alert, and a raid. And we got a raid that was completely a reused mission. So if that is how they can make a mission, if that is how they can make a DLC in roughly 4 months, uh, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Now, is that going to be the new normal? Are we going to get one raid that is going to be completely reused? We don't know. Are we going to get the same mission three times in every chapters? We don't know. The one thing that makes me really sad though is getting only one new style. That really that really pisses me off. Let's say that it is. We've been getting 2 styles per DLC, and I never thought. I don't think expecting 2 styles per DLC is asking too much. I really don't think so. And then later on, we got the time capsule. So technically, when we got a new DLC, we would get 2 new styles in the DLC and 1 new style in the time capsule. So in a roundabout ways, we would get 3 new styles per DLC, and then we would get also the 3 enhanced version of those styles. But I don't count them. I don't count that really as new styles. But then at some point, they removed one of the enhanced style to put in the daily rewards, and then with the Harley Quinn DLC, they removed one style entirely. So with the Harley Quinn DLC, they gave us only 1 new style, and I was very worried that that meant that from now on we'll get only 1 new style. And sadly, this DLC, same thing, only 1 new style. So that makes me again, yes, we do get another style thanks to the time capsule, but at this rate, I would rather than give us 1 new style in the DLC and give us 2 new styles in the time capsule then. But I kind of doubt they would do that. So I'm very that makes me a bit pissed. I'll admit that. Ronnie Hoffman, the intro mission is almost forgivable compared to the escort missions being used 3 times. Yeah, I don't have any issues with the intro mission. I know that some people don't like it because it's a long mission. Personally, I don't mind that, but I understand that people don't like that. But yeah, getting the escort mission 3 times, yeah, that's not good. There's no way to defend that. So people are talking about the Xbox problem. Do you think Daybreak can stay afloat with EverQuest alone? I highly doubt it. Well, I don't think they have EverQuest alone. Technically, they have EverQuest, EverQuest 2, and if they would have a third EverQuest, I suspect that at least some people, especially a hardcore EverQuest fan, might come back for EverQuest 3, unless it is way too different from EverQuest 1. We saw that with Dragon Age. Like even if you are a Dragon Age fan, when they came up with Dragon Age: The Veilguard, holy crap! If you were a fan, it was almost insulting. It was nothing like the previous Dragon Age games. Although, to be frank, none of the Dragon Age games were anything like the previous Dragon Age game. So depending on when you became a Dragon Age fan, things would be different. Like I became a Dragon Age fan with Dragon Age Origin. Sadly, Dragon Age 2 was quite different. Dragon Age 3 was also different, and the Veilguard was very different. Let's say that. So I don't know if it would be the same thing with EverQuest. Like, would fans of EverQuest come back for EverQuest 3, or would EverQuest 3 be so different that the fans would like it? Hard to tell. But Daybreak have a whole bunch of other games, I think, but I could be mistaken. Where was I? The evil. DC Vanverse right now they're working on a new DLC, upgrading UI, graphics, and time capsule, and more to make money. Yeah, but uh, how much upgrade are they doing? And sadly, some of the upgrade don't seem to be so much upgrade as just a rebranding. Like for example, there was this big thing about DC Universe Online changing from episodes to chapters. But at the end of the day, when you look at that, chapter is pretty much the same as an episode. It's just a rebranding with a few different elements. So they gave the illusion that they made a lot of changes just by the changing the name, but they didn't make they didn't change all that much. We still have a solo mission. We still have an alert. We still have a raid, or this case, 2 raids. And the big changes is that instead of creating a new raid, they reused an already existing one. I would call that a change more than just a shortcut. Yeah, Superman escort missions are a pass. DC Fanverse, a new power will require full game rebalance, which is a huge amount of work, not enough manpower. Well, again, at the end of the day, they can barely create new content. I won't see them be able to create powers on top of that. Sorpitron, I've been lurking since yesterday. Came back after 2 years. At the moment, I'm farming for a speed demon style. Good, good. That'll keep you busy for a while. And the speed demon style is a pretty cool style, so I hope you get what you're looking for. ORE, yeah, DCUO for Xbox is having large problems, and at least half of my league on Xbox can't log in. Yeah, it's a story we've been reading all over the place. So we did mention EverQuest alone. Oh, back to the pub again. Sure, let's go back to the pub. ORE, I really love the new map, to be honest. Even if the rest of the episode isn't very good. Oh yeah, the new map is great. I think I mentioned that. I forget if it's on the Discord, but yeah, the map is great. For that, whoever did the map, we can see it also in the trailer. Like notice how when they made a trailer yesterday, the day before for the new DLC, and notice that all we see is the locations. Basically, you have the camera that pans through the location. No animation, nothing, no characters, just the maps. I think they knew that the best part of the DLC was the maps. Were so that's literally the only thing they showed us. So I think they know. Sometimes people think that the devs don't know. Nah, I think sometimes they do know, but they still do what they do. It's sad, but what can you do? Riff, a bit too laggy tonight. Yeah, there was a lot of lag earlier. Superman, I have a prediction or a thought, but do you think with the other parts of the story arcs that are part of this one will end up having Batman, Superman involved at some point from the pictures posted? No, I don't think so. The from the video that the devs made, and also from basically what we just saw, they seem to be very much in love with their own ideas. They seem to think that their ideas are super good. They're genius, and they seem they're in the video they made. There was them a lot patting themselves in the back a lot for making a good story, a story-driven MMO. They seem to think that what they're doing is wonderful, and I don't expect them to change that anytime soon. I could be wrong. At the end of the day, I don't really know the devs, so but from what we saw in this DLC and from what we saw in that little video, they seem to be very much in love with their own ideas. So I would expect them. I would expect them to either not want to use the iconic characters, or even if they use iconic characters, they may decide to use some more obscure characters as opposed to the main Batman, Superman, and the Flash. We're gonna have to wait and see. And it's a bit crazy because you would think they're paying good money for the DC license. They're paying good money to make a game with Batman, Superman, and the Flash. Use them. Use your character. Why'd you pay good money for those characters and then not use them? That's the crazy part to me. Anyways, Sleek, it's very laggy tonight. Absolutely. Unknown Equinox, to be fair, they pretend to spit in the face of their player base, regress of the game, giving complete opposite of what fans wants. Yeah, we've been seeing that for quite some time. I don't know if it's Daybreak. I don't know if it's there's this belief. We saw that all over gaming for quite a few years now. Whereas the game devs don't like the player base very much. I'm not saying that's the case with DCO. I don't know. I don't know those devs well enough to know if that's the case. But generally speaking, when you look at game devs all over the place, it's very, very easy to find articles where where the game devs insult the fan base, call the fan base Yahtzees, or sexist, or so there seems to be sadly a new crop of devs that seems to not like the player base very much. Uh, it's sad, but that's how it is. I'm hoping against hope that that's not the case with those new devs. I think they just made a mistake. But the thing is, we don't really know. Taco Meal, when the servers back up, they're back up on PlayStation. If you play on the Xbox, I have no idea. Oh, Russell, Joe, yeah, where's Shadow? I don't think Shadow could make it tonight. Let me check. I did write to her a bit earlier. Let me see if she did reply. Obviously, she's not here, so she couldn't do it. Couldn't make it tonight. I guess not. Nah, Shadow, sadly, Shadow has her own stuff to do. She has her own channel to take care of. She has to make videos for her own channel. We've been very, very fortunate. We've had Shadow with us quite a bit for some time now. And at some point, like around the time of Wonder Woman Day, or even Batman Day, we had Shadow to help us with all them codes, handing out the codes. So we've been really fortunate to have Shadow with us. Sadly, we should not expect that every time. Shadow has her own stuff to do, and also she's very close. If you guys want to give her a hand or give her a help, probably sound a bit weird. If you guys want to help her out, there we go. She's very very close to reaching 1,000 subscribers. Let's take a look. Like right now, she's at 966 subscribers. So if you want to help our friend Shadow, if you want to give her a smile this week, let's see if you are not subscribed to Shadow's channel, go subscribe and push her channel over 1,000 subscribers, and I'm sure she'll be really happy about that. But yeah, Shadow wasn't here tonight, so when Shadow can be here, we're very happy to have her with us. But it's not an obligation. She doesn't have to be here. She only has to be here if she wants to be here. If sadly she has to be busy elsewhere, that's where she has to be. Ronnie Hoffman, they focused hard on bragging about Voivode being an original character just to kill her off. Yeah, pretty much. They bragged about Voivode, they bragged about the Blue Lantern indirectly. They were trying to create hype around Voivode, but then they end up killing her. So it no, it doesn't work. Superman, exactly. Use what you have a license for. Yeah, but sadly, for that's why I'm wondering about the devs all the time. Even at DC Comics, we see that issue. Sadly, a lot of people in comics they see Superman as problematic, an evil white male. We can't. It's forbidden now. You cannot have a story with just an evil white male. That's forbidden. And we even saw that in the TV show. Like somehow it's forbidden to have a Superman TV show. If you have a Superman TV show now, it has to be Superman and Lois. Or in the case of the CW TV show, Superman, Lois, and the whole family. So you cannot have a TV show about just Superman anymore. It has to be like a family drama, or it has to be a group thing. Like Arrow started as a solo character that sadly quickly had a full group, and it became a team show. So sadly, it's pretty much become, it seems, impossible or forbidden to have anything with white male character. It's sad, but that seems to be it. So it would make sense for them to use Superman. You have a license to use Superman. Freaking do it. You have a license to use Batman. Do it. But they don't want to do it. What can I tell you? Superman also, but I would have to also agree with your statement on them not being a possibility from upcoming parts. It's not that they're not a possibility. It's I don't expect the current devs to even want to use them. Ark is saying, do we get compensation for servers being down? No, not really. Once in a while, they would make some sort of compensation. Some they would give us like source marks or some I don't know, nth metal or something to make up for some issues that the game had. But it's a once in a while thing they would do, and even then, they sometimes they would do it, sometimes they would not do it. Why? I don't know. DC Vanverse, link for Shadow. I'll put a link for Shadow in the comment section after the stream. Actually, let's do it. Let's put one now. You convinced me. Let's put a link for Shadow. Shadow, Shadow. So let's see. Come on, come on. Oh no, we heard Shadow. I'm gonna get a copyright strike from the evil YouTube for using Shadow's voice. Uh, there we go. This is the link for Shadow. But I will post it again after the stream. I'll post it in the comment section so that you guys can go there. Unknown says Superman is a symbol of hope. When did he become an evil white male? Um, it's been an issue for quite some time now. And for a symbol of hope, like in the Man of Steel movie, they kept on saying how his symbol represented hope, but the character did not. So it was a bit of a contradiction. And also, that's part of the issues with Man of Steel is that they had done such a poor job establishing that Superman was supposed to be a symbol of hope that they had to literally tell the audience. They had to tell the audience, like, look, this guy represents hope. And then they would point to the symbol, like, this is the symbol of hope. The guy represents hope. Like, they had done such a poor job establishing the character and establishing what it was supposed to represent that they had to literally tell the audience what they had to think about the character. I am Canadian says still waiting on these. I'm not sure what you're waiting for. You mean the servers or? Trader says buy Bombardier gear from vendor. You get 410 gear. Yeah, sure, that could be an option. There's also the gear from Time Capsule that will help you out a bit. Superman says, by the way, speaking of channels, do you mind if I post my end of us running the raids and Grundy? Oh no. If you want to post that, that's fine. I cannot stop you from. If you guys record on your end, I cannot stop you from doing that. But then, of course, I could copyright strike you and collect all the money. Boo ha 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 ha. So do that, and I'll be rich afterwards. But seriously, nah, go ahead. Post. If you want to post the Grundy fight, yeah, post it. It's okay. Next to Booster Gold. Oh, you mean the gear? Yeah, sure. There's a little machine next to Booster Gold where you can purchase stuff for quarks. But there's gear there, but there's also gear on the Doctor Fate vendor. So if you ever need a piece of gear to give you a little boost, the Doctor Fate vendor would be an option. Booster Gold would be an option, and the vendor next to Booster Gold would be an option as well. Owari says, I hope they make a new episode around Superman, but I doubt they won't because we this is the first of 4 episodes. So for the next 3 episodes, we're not going to get a Superman episode. I agree with Superman. It's highly needed, but that doesn't seem to be the game plan right now. Now it could be that they have something planned for Superman Day, but the truth is we don't know. So for all we know, there's no real plan for Superman, but we're gonna have to wait and see. I'm Canadian. Always wanted to play with Multiverse. Sorry if you missed out. We just finished. Friday we will have Evil Friday. So if you guys want to play live with us on Friday, we're going to play on the evil villain side. So prepare your evil villains. We'll play basically what we played today. We'll play the Day of Reckoning group missions. So we'll probably do a repeat of what we just did, but on the evil villain side. Canadians still wanting on these to make it so we can play on the same account without logging into a new. Yeah, Having just one account, having cross faction and cross account and all that good stuff, that would be good. Like being able to link their account together, that would be good. But it's not an option, sadly. The S symbol stands for subpar. In the case of Man of Steel, yeah, I would agree. Ronnie Hoffman, I don't know if you talked about it before, but do you think we'll get the James Gunn Superman emblem when the movie comes out? I'm pretty sure we won't. The DC Universe Online has the license to use stuff from the comics. They cannot use stuff from TV shows, I mean animated series, and the movies. That's probably why at some point they gave us a bundle with the BVS Superman and Batman emblems, and they had to remove that after a month because of some licensing issue. I would guess that somebody did a boo boo. They didn't realize that they didn't have the right to use those. They used it only to realize that they could not use it. Now, fortunately, if you already had bought the Superman emblem at the time, uh, you could still use it, but it's no longer going to be available. But there are loopholes sometimes they can use. For example, for the Batman Beyond gear that we have, technically Batman Beyond, they should not be able to use Batman Beyond because it is part of the animated series. But in the comics Futures End, they've added a version of Batman Beyond that is, instead of being Terry McGinnis, it is Tim Drake from 15 years in the future who comes back as Batman Beyond. So basically, they were able to get a version of Batman Beyond in the comics, and then from there, they were able to add Batman Beyond to the game. For the Superman emblem, what they could do is give us a Kingdom Come Superman emblem and make it so that it's not color locked. So in a roundabout ways, they could give us the James Gunn Superman emblem, but the real question is, are they going to do it? We don't know. Sadly, for a game that's pretty much built on Superman, or for a whole the whole comic industry is built on Superman. It pretty much started with Superman. They're very they really don't want to use Superman. It's a bit strange, but god damn, they don't seem to want to use Superman. Oh, the evil chat did not scroll. Not sure why. DC Fanverse. Superman is hated, at least by the old devs. Always Batman this, Batman that. Um, Batman is DC's best-selling character, so you cannot blame the devs for using Batman. But yeah, they should use Superman more. Absolutely. I guess we're pretty much at the bottom of the chat. So guys, I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes. So if you have a question, the time is now. I'm a bit parched, so you'll forgive me if I take a long swill of my good drink. Superman is literally the archetype of hope, and he's getting very little. Yeah, pretty much. Now there might be issues, not just licensing issues, but also, sadly, in the case of Superman or even Batman, they have to pay royalties to the families of the Superman creators, the Batman creators. So that could be also a factor in the whole thing. I'm Canadian. I spend a ton of money on DCUO. I've been an active player for years. I would like to not start over just because the people who run DCUO can't handle basic features. Wish to play with all y'all someday. Superman is peak? Absolutely. Rose, how did you get the skeleton mask? Looks sick. Very simple. It comes from the new time capsule. We have, what's it called again? The mystical. Oh. It comes from the Mystical Magician Time Capsule. Let's go to Time Capsule. So in here you'll see we have the Reaper Mask style collection. So that is where I got the mask from. You have to get the 12 collections. I'm gonna make a video about it. Probably not today. Probably this weekend I'll make a video about it. But it's a pretty darn good looking mask. I was very happy when I saw that. I'm Canadian. Superman and Lois is the definition of Superman. Yeah, but still, they couldn't have a Superman TV show. They had to make it a Superman and Lois and the whole family TV show, as opposed to just giving us a Superman TV show. It wouldn't be an issue in itself. The issue is that it's always like that now. They did that with Doctor Strange. You couldn't have a Doctor Strange movie. It turned out to be actually a Scarlet Witch movie with America Chavez, and Doctor Strange was somewhat of a incidental player in the whole thing. Riff is saying you on console. I could never get used to playing with a joypad. I understand way back when I was playing PC games and I didn't understand how people could play with a controller. But once I got a PlayStation 3 and I started playing a few games like Fallout 3, Dragon Age, and probably something else I forget, I got used to it and now I don't even think about it. Now it's even worse. Like when I go back to playing on the keyboard, I miss my controller. Arc, no, it is just a mask. It's a headpiece actually. It's a full headpiece. So sadly, you cannot. It's not a hood and a face mask. This is the headpiece total. I'm Canadian. True, but the side characters didn't hinder the plot. It did not. But at the end of the day, you ended up with a Doctor Strange movie where Doctor Strange was not even the main character. And we keep on saying that. We saw that with Picard. The first season of Picard wasn't even the main character. It was the two robot Chinese daughters of Data that were the lead characters. So, but it's something we see pretty much every time at this point. So in itself, in isolation, it would not be an issue, but it's so much widespread into everything that it does become an issue. Look at The Witcher. Look at The Witcher. The first season started not too bad, although already from the first season you could tell that that's where they were going. They were giving a lot of importance to the sorceress. I forget her name, Jennifer. And there was a Ciri, princess. A lot of screen time was devoted to them. And then when we got to the next season, again, The Witcher became a side character, and the story focused on the sorceress and the princess. It happens every time now, every time. So it's almost to be expected at this point. But it's okay if you enjoy Superman and Lois, that's fine. But sadly, it just reinforces the fact that we cannot have we cannot have stories about a single white male anymore, or even a single black male for that matter. Blade, they were prepping a Blade movie at Disney, only to have Blade be replaced by his daughter. But luckily, the whole thing went down the drain, and now they're still trying to. I don't know if they canceled the Blade project, or they just shelved it until they managed to get their poop together. Unknown Equinox. I'd like a show about Krypton having Superman's sent to Earth to the end of the show. Well, we had Krypton already, which was I don't know, a generation or two before Superman. Like you would follow what was the name? Siegel, who was the Superman's grandfather or something like that. So we had the Krypton TV show, which lasted 2 seasons, I think. So if you want to see a series on Krypton and a sort of prequel to Superman, it's already there. Yeah, way back when you had Lois and Clark's The New Adventures of Superman. Back then, that was pretty much by necessity. Like at the time, you didn't have special effects the way we have now, so it was very challenging to make a superhero TV show at the time. So at the time, they decided that instead of making a superhero TV show, which could be very expensive because of special effects or visual effects, let's have it with almost like a romantic comedy with Superman and Lois Lane. That happened mostly at the Daily Planet. And once in a while, like for 20 seconds, we'll see Superman come in, do a super thing, and then that'll be it. And they pretty much repeated that formula with Smallville. Like it's not an accident if Smallville was a teen drama, and for about 20 seconds per episode, then Superman would use his powers to solve the issue. But the rest of the show was teen drama. It was sad because the girl didn't love him. She loved the other guy, but secretly, what he didn't know that the girl did love him. She doesn't love the other guy, and so there was like 40 minutes of teen drama, and like a minute and a half of Superman stuff because of budget constraints. They didn't have the budget to show Superman's powers. Arc, I wish the game was cross-platform. Absolutely, but sadly it's not. DC Fanverse, Krypton was amazing. So glad you glad you had fun. I'm Canadian. Krypton is a plot hole in itself. Absolutely, didn't make any sense continuity-wise, but it did show us a version of Krypton from way back when. I'm Canadian. Yes, Superman can't go back. Only two arch enemies and some sidekick. Ronnie Hoffman, Lois and Clark was actually better than Superman and Lois. I'm Canadian. We know the Justice League exists in Krypton. Superman, I still have to watch Smallville and Krypton. I'm behind a good bit. Yeah, go ahead and watch it. I tried to watch Smallville. When was it? Last summer. Uh, it was on Amazon Prime at the time, I think. And holy crap, I couldn't do it. I watched 2 or 3 episodes, and I cannot go through team dramas anymore. And I've known that for some time, like way back when we got the Black Lightning TV show. I wanted to watch the show, but I couldn't do it. The family drama with the father was always worried about his daughter and the wife, and I couldn't do it. Already, I was getting tired of that from the Flash. In the Flash, where you have uh, Barry and Joe were always worried about Iris and the whole drama, and I want to protect Iris, and I'm worried about her safety. And already, I was getting tired of that on the Flash. When I saw that on Black Lightning, I just couldn't do it. And then when I tried to watch Smallville, yeah, I think it was last summer, I just couldn't do it either. I cannot watch those shows anymore. Or Stargirl. I tried to watch Stargirl. The whole Mean Girls and in high school, I couldn't do it. Based off Doomsday coming out of hell. Oh, okay. There's a missed a bit. Oh, breaking news! This show is finally up on Xbox. Very happy for you. Oh, I think the thing old thing skipped a bit. So I'm Canadian Superman DLC based off Doomsday coming out of hell. Maybe. Although we already had the Death of Superman event with Doomsday, and we had quite a few missions with Doomsday so far. I'd go with maybe another Superman villain than Doomsday. Owari, I can't wait for the new Superman movie. It was great so far. I'm a bit worried about the marketing for the movie so far. The marketing is pretty much a disaster. They should probably hire Ryan Reynolds. Somehow Ryan Reynolds proved that he's pretty much a genius when it comes to marketing. He did prove that with not only Deadpool but also with his company Mint Mobile, and also even Aviation Gin. Like I don't drink gin, but I sure watched his advertising for Aviation Gin. I'm not subscribed to Mint Mobile. I sure watched his advertising for that. So it's a bit strange to see how Ryan Reynolds pretty much discovered in himself that he was pretty good at advertising, and he's been doing that really well. So they need something like that for Superman, because so far in terms of advertising and trying to create some hype, they're not doing it. They're dropping the ball big time. Running off man, Superman picks up around season 3 or 4, I believe. It starts off with the weekly villain thing, but picks up with the occasional bullshit episode. Yeah, no, I'm pretty much done with Smallville. I cannot watch that. Monster Vibes, y'all still play DCUO. The devs need to enhance the game. Well, they have to raise their game. They really have to. There's this expression in sports where you give your 110%. That's what the devs have to do right now. They have what's Sam Wilson said. You have to do better. You have to do better, Senator. Well, the devs have to do better. There's no other way to say that. Owagi, yes, I can finally play again. Very happy for you. I'm Canadian at DC Fanverse. Glady and Krypton. If Segel was sent to Phantom Zone and Jor-El was never raised, which means Superman never exists, and the character can go back in time to begin with. Yeah, if you think too hard about the whole time paradox thing, yeah, it's not gonna work. Superman, I'm 50-50 on the Superman movie, to be honest. I can wait for it and to see it, but I'm scared that I'll watch Money and it'll flop after the build up. Well, it's another example of again, I mentioned you cannot have a movie about Superman anymore, or a TV show, or even the Superman movie. It's not going to be a Superman movie from the looks of it. Yeah, Superman will be in the movie, and yeah, you'll have Lois Lane, but you'll also have Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, the Justice League International, Maxwell Lord. Uh, who else? Metamorpho. So there's going to be a whole cast of character besides Superman, and you have to wonder: will Superman really have the spotlight in his show? From what I understand, I saw a few articles that were mentioning that the basically the real lead of the show will be Mr. Terrific. So if that's the case, it's going to be one more example where you cannot have a show or a TV show or an episode with Superman. You have to surround him with other characters, and he will pretty much end up being a supporting character in his own show. That's true. It looks like a GSA build-up movie instead. Well, from what we understand, it's going to start like they're going to be part of Justice League International, but then by the end of the movie, they're going to form the Terrifics or something like that. It's- I should probably say spoiler alert, but we don't even know if these rumors are true. So I should say rumor alert. Like it could be true, it could not be true. We don't really know. But in the case of some of the rumors, it does make some kind of sense. Holy Parallax in the back, absolutely. You have to say holy evil Parallax. So Superman, that's true. Looks like a JSA build-up movie or a JLA build-up. Um, Maybe. DC Vanverse, same. This is Deadpool 2, Terminator Dark Fate. Yeah, sort of.
The House of L will be eradicated, and you will witness it.
Ah, Evil Zod. So I guess, guys, we're pretty much done for today. So I hope you had fun. Superman says, "I know that the Peacemaker season 2 are going based on events after the movie. We're gonna have to wait and see. For the movie, so far the advertising has been very poor. But it could be that we've seen that many times before. Sometimes we see movies where the advertising is awesome, and turns out the movie is garbage. Sometimes we'll see advertising that is garbage. Turns out the movie is awesome. Or sometimes there are movies that really didn't get advertising. Like I'm sure some of you guys saw. There's this movie, this great movie with Christian Bale, Equilibrium. There was no advertising for that, but holy crap, was it a good action flick? Oh, when people are starting to throw weapons for no good reason, it's time to say goodbye. We're seeing, is there a problem with servers? I've just disconnected and can get back on. Yeah, there was some logging issues. So if sadly if you have problems like getting into the game, that's to be expected. So guys, we're pretty much done for now. So thanks to everyone who came to play with us. Thanks to everyone who came to chat with us in the chat. Okay, thanks to everyone who are watching the stream. You guys are awesome. So tomorrow, guys, the DCUO were kind enough. They gave me a whole bunch of codes to get some Merkian accessories. Let's equip one just because we can. Let's go for the gold. Oh, too far, too far. Actually, not. Oh, yeah, there it is. So DCUO gave me a whole bunch of codes for the Merkian Flames accessories. Or actually, these are back pieces. They're not really accessories. So I have a whole bunch of codes for those. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, we will be giving out a whole bunch of codes. So you will be able to get a box, and in that box you will be able to choose one of 8 different accessories or 8 different back pieces. And of course, Friday is going to be live at 5, and it's going to be Evil Friday. So if you guys have an evil villain that you want to play the latest DLC with, that's what we're gonna do on Friday. We are going to play the latest DLC with evil villains. So guys, be there if you're there. Bye bye, guys.